Hey YouTube, what's up? It's your boy John here, aka Sogun, and I just want to point out that I am aware that in all my videos I'm wearing the same outfit. It's because I shoot them at night when I'm in my PJs, and I stay up all night most nights, so that's why I shoot them all roughly at the same time. It's also why my hair is never looking great, because at the end of the day, and I've probably done a million things to it throughout the day. But, anyways, back to the topic I wanted to bring up. So, in the world right now, we have a lot to cover. First off, in the comments below, I'd like you to put whether you're for PS5 or for Xbox. I'm an all console gamer, which means eventually when we get Nintendos in town, I'm going to be getting that. And when we get the Xbox and the PS5, I'm going to get the PS5 first, and I will eventually be getting an Xbox, but PS5 is my main console, and I usually get Game Pass or Gold for. Well, it'll be Game Pass this time around for this console generation for the Xbox, but I don't usually buy games from my Xbox. I usually get Gold and I get free games, and I have some games I've purchased over the time that I play, but it's not my main console, and I'm definitely not a Halo fan. I was, and then like I played Final Fantasy a little bit, and I was into that, but then it got beat to death, and Halo's getting up there, and Gears for me is getting beat to death, and I can't. There's so many times you can make a game, and I just can't. It just doesn't work for me anymore. um, so that's the first thing. Put in the comments below about PS5, Xbox. Won't judge you either way. Um, Going on from that, I'd like to point out that you can leave a like and subscribe if you do like my channel. I'm trying to get up there, trying to run this channel. I will be purchasing a laptop and a camera system and editing software eventually down the road. It's just tough, especially now. It's because I thought I'd be able to get it sooner, but then the pandemic happened, and that didn't go my way because we weren't making as much money, and now we're barely making any money. But that's okay. Um, we still have plans to move to Sioux Falls, just to keep everyone up to date. My sister's going to be looking for a job in January in Sioux Falls, and my mom is going to be moving here with us. And it's pretty much the whole family's planning to move, so we're all just getting to that point where we all have the right amount of money saved, and we all are able to go as a family unit and move up there. On that note, with what's going on in society, I do have some issues with it. First off, I hate the fact that everyone is calling everybody a racist for comments or things like that. Like, there are plenty of people in this world I hate: white, black, native, Asian. I've met people I've hated them, because they've been a dick, or they've said rude things to me, or they've given me a reason to be like, you are not a person I like. I hate you. And it's been male or female, and it's just been like, I do not like you. You are not a nice person. I hate you. And that's been the same for politicians, celebrities, uh, artists, uh, musicians, basically. People who write books, people who met on the street, people I've talked to for 10 seconds. They've just said something that irked me wrong, or something that I was just like, no, that's not how things work, in my opinion. And, so there are times, I think, in society where you call someone a racist in this day and age where it's being tossed around incorrectly and too often. The definition of a racism, and I'm going to paraphrase it, of course, is where you believe you are superior or better than another race. Now, I can be mean to a certain race, and there are certain types of people I hate. I hate alcoholics, and a lot of them in my area happen to be native, unfortunately. Um, or there's some women I hate, and unfortunately, there's a lot of women in our town who use and abuse men for their finances, for their vehicle, for their house, for all different kinds of reasons. And that makes me a sexist, unfortunately, according to society. And because I hate natives because they're drinking and they're not contributing to society, that makes me a racist according to people. But no, it's not, in my opinion, because I don't feel like I'm better than them. I don't feel like I'm superior to them. I might be better off than them because they can't control their drinking and the women cannot find a way to get their heads out of their butt and do things and be strong, independent individuals. But I'm not better than them. I'm just better off than them right now. My life is going in a direction that's better for me, than their lives are, of course. Because an alcoholic can't control the fact that they're an alcoholic all the time, and women can't always, see themselves as strong, independent women, and unfortunately, they feel like they need to abuse and use people and that kind of thing, or use their sex to get what they need. So that's what I believe, and I believe this Black Lives Matter thing that's mostly being ran by white people is another form of trying to bait us in believing that we are truly racist, and we're not. They're not. We're not better. We're not superior to them, which nobody thinks they are. But they call us out for being racist because we don't stand with it. And I think that's really sad, and I think that divides our nation. And us as a society should not be divided, because that's how I feel it's going. And along with defund the police. I feel like that's another way to divide our nation. And these Democrats who want to defund the police and say we don't need them and we should put social workers into these positions. I'm like, well, that's great. If you believe that that's what you need to do, then one of you needs to put your money where your mouth is and defund the police and get rid of them in one of your cities. Initiate social workers to do the job of the police when somebody's called. Just direct the dispatch to send out social workers and see which is better. And I wouldn't say get rid of the police. Maybe I'd say have the police dispatch, instead of saying police, send social workers for a time being. Maybe a month, maybe two, and have the police still do traffic and stuff like that, and inspect homicides and things like that. But for minor crimes, things that they believe should be solved by social workers, send them out to that instead, and see how much anarchy is caused by that, and or if it works. If it works, great, but I'm guaranteeing you it won't, of course. And the criminals being let out of jail, that's something I have a huge problem with. These people have committed crimes, and I understand it's to keep them safe, but if they haven't done anything major, then I'd say, yeah, no problem. If they're being held till trial, or if for nothing major, of course, or they're, not being held on anything violent or anything like that, then yeah, I'd say they can be let out. If they've proven they are not a flight risk, that of course as well. But I don't think we should just let everyone out, no matter what, and that's really a problem. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the movement and the things that are being believed right now are a problem. Now we're talking about the Republicans and the Democrats and Trump, and nobody's getting along. We have three legislative branches that Trump's trying to do his job, the Congress is trying to do their job, the Senate is trying to do their job, and the Congress and the Senate have to work together to pass a bill. Right now they're trying to pass another stimulus check, and they can't work together, of course. And neither one of them realize that if they even attempt to work together, if what they want is what they want, and they don't work with Trump either. Trump's not going to pass anything, and that's the problem. You know, he's more likely to pass it if you guys agree, but if they agree, but let's face it, if they can't help us American people, we really need to be like, why are we paying our taxes? Why do we have to continue to pay taxes, which goes directly into their pocket every month? And why are they still getting a paycheck? You know, I had a vacation planned for April this year, and I that was the last time I took a vacation was in 2015 because I have to. I'm an American citizen, and my family we all pool our tax return together for a couple of years, and then we go on a vacation. So that's how we get to go on a major vacation. Okay, and Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats and even the Senate have gone on several vacations in like the past 3 months and not done a damn thing for us. Either one of them. And I'm like, you know, it'd be nice if I could go on several vacations in 3 months and make three-figure salaries, you know, for 3 months and not do a damn thing. You know, that'd be awesome. At least then I could get some shit taken care of, you know. But I can't. And I don't. And that's part of the reason I'm trying to start my YouTube channel is because right now I'm like, you know, there's not much going on. And I can't leave my house very regularly. And I mean, South Dakota's not in a major lockdown and we're still doing stuff. But it's like, why risk catching COVID if I'm not going to at all, you know? So the point being, why not start my YouTube channel? I'm doing good. You know, I just need more subscribers, more likes, more people watching my videos. You know, Rapid is deteriorating in crime-wise, just like everywhere else, and I don't know what it's gonna be like when I move to Sioux Falls. I mean, last time I lived there, it was great, but that was, you know, 10 years ago. I don't know how it's changed. I just know that sometimes in life, when you move different, sometimes the change of scenery is just, it helps you as a person to change the where you live and the scenery and what you do and everything like that. And we as a family are hoping that that'll help us all, you know. So we've lived here our entire lives, and I'm 32 years old now, and you know, my sister's turning 31 and my wife's turning 30 this year, and we're just like, you know, we've lived in Rapid our entire lives. My mom has lived here longer, of course, and we're just, you know, at this point we're like, it's time to move on to a new location, and that's why we're moving, you know. And Rapid is a bad place for us. I mean, I've worked so many jobs here. I've worked like 54 jobs, and at that point, when you build up 54 jobs, and that's because of my bipolar, you know, you tend to build up a reputation and one who doesn't work well with others, because I don't. I personally do not like teenagers in my job environments, and I don't like the cliques that are established in Rapid at the job locations. And pretty much, if you got one guy sucking up to a boss and he doesn't like you, and the boss doesn't like you, and I have a problem with taking orders from teenagers, because 54 jobs over my years means I have more experience, just not long-term experience at a specific job. I just have more experience at jobs in general. Um, but I don't have the length of time at one job. So it's difficult for me to look at you and be like, look, you know, I've been working since before you were born, or I've been working since you were in diapers, you know. So don't come to me and be like, well, this is what this happened. It's like, no, dude, shut up. You know, you don't know what you're talking about at most jobs. And then you have the other teenagers who are all cliquey. And to me, in Rapid, jobs feel like high school. That's what they are. Jobs are high school. And I'm not in high school anymore. I haven't been in high school anymore, and I hated high school, and I'm just not going to work in a high school environment anymore. So, that's my problem with jobs. That's why I have 54 jobs. So, And bipolar just puts me in that position where I don't want to work with jobs. And I have oppositional defiance disorder as well, which means I will find ways to be defiant or without realizing or knowing I'm intentionally doing it. And that's what ODD is. And not many people know what it is. They've never heard of it. And that's what that is. So that doesn't help either. But this was just me going on a rant and talking about some things because I felt like I needed to inform the community of my opinions, my thoughts, my processes. And, I had a friend, as stupid person, call me last night, and he's like, I can't be your friend anymore. And I'm like, well, I thought I was working on our friendship, but just calls me up and is like, I can't be your friend. And I'm like, well, great, I was working on changing and making some life choices and yada yada. And he's like, well, I just can't do it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Then he told me to keep his number, and I'm like, why would I do that if we're not friends? And he's like, well, you can talk to me. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna call you up and talk to you if we're not friends. I'm gonna get rid of you. And he says he tried, he just can't let go of the past. And I'm like, well, you told me to at every turn let go of the past, and uh, he doesn't want to do the same. And I'm like, whatever, dude, you're a loser anyway, and I don't need you around. And pretty much, this time was, testing him too. It's like, we've had a rocky friendship, and this time around, I was like, look, if you're gonna give me some bullshit excuse this time around as to why we can't continue our friendship, then it's not worth me either. So, as much as he claims he was testing me, I was testing him and being like, you know what, fuck off. So. Anyways, that's my rant. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, share the video if you want, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.